The revolutionary poet will tell you exactly what is wrong and what horrendous things are happening in the places no one talks about. But this is not a revolutionary poem. The revolutionary poet will raise your awareness, raise your understanding, raise your voice, and raise your expectations. But this is not a revolutionary poem. By this point, a revolutionary poem would have you angry or crying, shedding light on injustices and illuminating people dying, but this is not a revolutionary poem. This poem is the glee of a crackpot symphony. This poem is the dance of Fred Astaire on acid. This poem is about this poem. This poem may have had roofies slipped into its ink pot. This poem probably overdosed on vitamin F. This poem is bound for Syracuse, having long ago fallen off the train. This poem is the chains of a dominatrix slipped into a preschool teacher's desk. This poem is my horny deja vu. This poem is the dog's ass rubbed into the carpet. It's a shit-stench streaker that's traveled over 5,000 miles in order to arouse your disinterest into having boring sex against a back alley sushi dumpster in the middle of July. This is not a revolutionary poem. This poem probably drank beer for breakfast and will be vomiting bile for lunch, rejoicing after doing so because there will be more room for whiskey. This poem is a drug-sniffing dog, high on cocaine and amphetamines, not entirely sure whether it wants to maul you or fuck you to death. This is not a revolutionary poem, nor does it revolve, evolve, or evoke any change. This poem is the same thing said differently in a slightly deeper voice. This poem cleared Homeland Security and is not sure how or why. This poem is Stephen Harper masturbating in a government office filled only with portraits of himself. Time out. For those of you who do not know, Stephen Harper is the Prime Minister of Canada, renowned for taking office, removing portraits of all previous Prime Ministers and replacing them with portraits of himself.
He's a total
That's
fascist.
fucked up. This is not a revolutionary poem. The revolutionary poet would probably call this poem horseshit.
Call it fucking horseshit.
The revolutionary poet would not be entirely wrong, but this is not a revolutionary poem. This is a call out to call out in your craziest of voices. Dance like you've never seen your mother naked. Taste the forbidden flavor of the urinal puck. Gesticulate wildly while you masticate. Kiss somebody just for sitting next to you, but duck if they try to take a swing. This poem would like to see more of you being more of you. This poem loves to hear your voices and wants to see you naked. This poem thinks you are beautiful even when the world is not. This poem would certainly like to see some change in the world, but this is not a revolutionary poem.
Who's next? I'm the host tonight, so thanks for all that. Is Robin in the house? She's my housemate. Oh, Robin! Housemate.
I had nothing to do with that shit.
So is Johnny MacRae on the waterbowl. I just had a psychedelic experience.
That was not a hallucination, Shayne. All right. Well, sometimes these moments happen, but it's totally okay. There's no chamois in it. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. We all get dirt in our crinkles. Every smile carries an undertone of stinkweed. Even cabbages need patching. Even saints' lips moisten at body thoughts. Even volcanoes blush when they have gas. Even beets get scared when they piss blood red. Clouds hate that they cry. Mountains feel awkward all the time. Trees just can't seem to wake up, and brooks won't stop battling even when rivers roar at them, while the ocean feels bloated and misunderstood as the moon pushes it around with cosmetic needle-sees. Stars resent the fact that they twinkle. Vacuums would tell you they are allergic to dust if they weren't always choking on hairballs. Kittens would love nothing more than to maul your gooey eyes if they weren't always orphaned at birth. Orcas are birthing biohazards because they've been exposed to secondhand smokestacks, and more people are feeling homeless, but no matter how hard they chew on their hot water pipes, they can't figure out why. Meanwhile, an undiscovered man in the Amazon dreams of metal birds and a spear that hunts them. A child in Seattle lies awake plotting her escape into the Cascades. An orangutan in Borneo sits with the fear that war is the only option remaining, and a glacier in Svalbard shakes restless, but still feels sluggish. Remember, every soldier hates the first draft. All teapots suffer from heartburn, and even dolphins get genital warts, because barnacles are always attaching themselves to everything, and butterflies' wings might tire of speaking chaos. Still, they flap. And love is often made from whips and chains, and flowers raise their heads out of beds of shit and rotten flesh. But paintings want you to touch them. They want you to be stained with shades of jailbreak. They want to take you as their final palette. They want to smear your fingers with their pigments. They want you to feel how greasy their skin gets when you call them beautiful. And there's no chamois in it. It's nothing to get embarrassed about. Just touch the Picasso. Touch it.